All right, guys, this is the Shoot the Shit episode for the week. Come on, dude. Just fucking do it. Just fucking do it for me.
All right. I got it. Hey, guys. Welcome to the Professional Development Podcast. Today is episode, damn it, Rich.
69 probably, 420.
83.
Episode 83. We're just going to do a quick update, current events, what's going on in the world. And we'll start it off with Dan. Dan's got some good topipics.
Let's go, DJ.
Right here. They're right here.
Are you giving them to Matt to read? You can't do it?
I need you to read your own.
No, seriously. I don't think it. All right. Come on, dude. Just fucking read.
Let's go, DG. You got this, bro.
So, for some reason...
Okay.
For some reason, I thought this would be a good topic. But now that I look at it, I don't know. There was some shit going on with the housing market. A house in Fairfax, Virginia sold within a week for $800K over the asking price. And so, but you have interest rates going up. So I guess my question to you guys was about the housing market, dude.
I mean, come on, guys. Like, why? Are you kidding me? Why should this not be legal? Look,
I'm sorry.
Come on.
I'm sorry. No, seriously. Like, I rarely.
Everybody deserves to be this
rarely.
happy.
Let me warm it up with a softball. TSA just announced about every major airline stopped enforcing mask mandates. So that's pretty big.
Oh yeah, it's a big win.
Uber
You get
did
to fly
too.
with one?
I was at the
Uber and Lyft,
airport.
that's right.
I was
Sal.
at the airport when it was lifted, so we got the notification that it was lifted, and we saw the note from that federal judge in Florida. So we're walking around with no mask on, and we walk past this lady, and she's like celebrating the no mask rule, and we're like, yeah, but everyone has their mask on, so everyone's staring at us, and they were like, oh no, don't worry about it. And whenever we went to go through TSA, they made us put a mask on. Because we just came back on Monday, and then whenever the news started spreading around through the airport, and all of a sudden you could see all these people start taking off their masks, and we were on our flight, and that's when on Southwest
in the
airport when it was all announced, and we saw everyone start taking off their masks, and it was really weird. I got to see so many different faces, which is so strange. You're used to just seeing these masked faces at the airport, so
Yeah.
that was super cool.
And then did you see like the videos of people announcing it like on the planes, and people were like roaring cheers? Like they were cheering like they just landed in like a tornado. Like they were pumped.
Yeah, it was super cool. I flew Southwest.
Landed in a tornado.
That's right.
Landed the plane after a threat of a tornado. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I caught it.
All right.
No, that happened whenever I was on Southwest. The lady announced it on the flight, and same thing happened. Everyone was pumped up, cheering, and they were like, masks are optional. They're like, be nice to your neighbor if they still want to wear theirs, but feel free to take your mask off.
Right.
So it was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I saw Netflix plunge 25%, lost 200,000 subscribers.
And they're cracking down on their password sharing or something.
So first, let's say, what were they blaming it on? No, it's the first loss of subscribers in over 10 years. And then they blamed it on rampant password sharing and competitors.
But not their prices increasing? Okay.
Not the price increasing, or not the fact that like their number one show is called Is It Cake? Like that's their fucking number one. Like there's like barely ever anything good on Netflix. You know what I mean?
Lately.
I don't know.
It's a bunch of random shit. I watched this movie on there called Choose or Die. Has anyone watched it? It was a number one, so I was like, fuck it, I'll watch it. And it was this whole premise of this like remake of this 1980s movie where you had to, if we were in a room right now, it would be like either Matt's tongue or Dan's ear, and they would cut off their own ear, and you had to choose who was going to get punished. And I watched the whole fucking thing, and I don't know why it was so terrible.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Last one I watched, what was that one that was like the Hunger Games?
Squid Game?
Squid Game, yeah. Other than that, that's all I've got to add to that conversation. That was a fucked up show.
I started watching the first season. I don't think I've seen it all the way through.
I haven't watched it yet.
One more thing I had was just so everybody knows inflation. Like over the last 12 months, it's been 8.5%. But fitting episode, according to the Department of Revenue, Colorado is near lowest level on weed prices at $7.99 a pound, and it's decreased the prices have decreased by 11% in the last year. So while inflation was going up, somehow weed prices were going down.
Yeah, I read that at one point in time. Last year during COVID, the all around, especially in Colorado, they were deemed essential businesses, and they did amazing. I mean, revenue soared for all kinds of every state. Pretty much saw it, especially during, like I said, I guess people were at home, won their product, and they kept it open. That in liquor stores, right?
Mm-hmm. So I'm just curious because, like I said, it says everything's going up for inflation, but for weed prices, they're going down, and they're like not. I'm sure they're being hit by inflation in ways, but not like
it is. It's kind of
I think I know. This is a theory, but I think I have an idea. So if prices are going down, and you look at Econ 101, like you look at supply and demand, right? If more people are cultivating and bringing out product, then there's, I could sell mine for a little bit cheaper because there's so much. Like if it was hard to get, the prices go up, right?
Well, absolutely. I mean, the wholesale market out there is again, they're the most mature market, and they've been around for 14 years. It's dipped lower than $7.99. So is that, you just looked that up? That's what it currently is?
Yeah.
I mean, that is the most mature market, and yeah, they're like has something to do with what you're saying. I mean, there's a ton of demand. I mean, that I don't know the percentage of people that actually partake out there, but it's higher obviously than any other state given how long they've been around. So price compression, like in any market, I think I said that before on the last podcast. You're going to see that price compression in every market, and we just hope we pay our investors off before it goes down too far. But at the end of the day, guys, like it probably shouldn't be as expensive as it is right now. There's high barriers to entry to get into this business, and there's a lot of debt that's got to be paid down. But after that, we probably will be in a situation like Colorado where the prices are cheap. I mean, I can tell you right now. I mean, how long? You guys know this, whether you smoke weed a lot or not. An eighth has always been $50. Talk about inflation. There's been no inflation with the cost of a black market eighth. Out in Colorado, you can get eighths for $10. There's a lot of product out there, a lot of demand, and that's what happens. Yeah. And there's also supply. I mean, again, they're just a mature market. They've got, to our licenses, they have three times as many licenses out there, but they're also recreational. So
I was just out in Colorado, and obviously I don't say obviously, but I don't smoke weed anymore. And it was something that was a part of my life every single day first time I smoked pot was 18 because they drug tested me in high school. So I wasn't able to smoke pot until then. And going out to Colorado now, I'm like, fuck, I feel like I'm wasting my sobriety by being out. It's super interesting though, because here, Drew, you were saying how many dispensaries are there here in St. Louis?
In St. Louis alone, I don't know, but there's a lot more here. But in the entire state, there's 193, or that's how many there's 200 now, I think.
And I don't know what the numbers are in Colorado, but they probably have that in, I don't know how much area, but whenever we drove everywhere that we went, there was little green crosses everywhere for everything recreational. And I even went into a couple places because I was trying to find anything that was just 100% CBD, and that does not exist in Colorado. Like 10 to 1 was 10 CBD to 1 THC was the best that I could find. But I don't know if that's a normal thing.
No, I mean, it's not normal because again, they're the pioneers. They've been in it since 2009, and it's probably what you're going to see happen here. I mean, how many times have you driven up and down a Missouri highway and seen a Delta 8, CBD, what do they call it?
Ice creams or something?
I mean, there's a million of these shops. I mean, the CBD industry is huge. And this Delta 8's a whole different issue that I won't get into, but it's a problem because it's unregulated, unlike our product that is strictly regulated. These you don't know what they're synthesizing these Delta 8 products with. But to get back on the topic, which was, I mean, the second time I lost my train of thought. I told you this was going to happen. It's 420, guys.
All good.
But we were going on, you're asking.
CBD?
Yeah, CBD. It's going to, back to my point. Sorry, guys. You're going to see, essentially, that's what's going to happen here. Fast forward 14 years from now, you're probably not going to see a Delta 8 store or CBD, store anywhere around here in Missouri.
So I know you said you're not going to dive into that topic, but I am super interested because I don't know anything about Delta 8, and all I remember is I don't know if anyone ever smoked K2 when that was
that's
a thing
what that
for a
is,
little while.
right?
No,
Same type of
K2,
company?
that was something, and you guys got to excuse my voice. I was gone
too.
for a second. Getting over it. Yeah, well, yeah. Yours is gone right now, right, Dan? I mean, just for a second. Yeah, Delta 8 is, K2, I remember that. That was a while back. It was more of like a flower, I think, that people were smoking. I don't remember much, but I remember it was a problem like Delta 8. Delta 8 is a much bigger and more prevalent problem, I think, than even that. But yeah, I'm not sure that they are both synthesized from the cannabis plant, but they're not. It's not THC. I know that much.
I remember the one time that I did smoke K2. I was at the end of my college career, and I remember being in some apartment in St. Louis, and it came in like a little like plastic baggie, like you'd see like almost like Big League Chew come in, and it literally, so you had to like, it was almost like spray painted fucking wood chips, and we just cracked it up, put it into this bowl, and smoked it, and you know how weed's supposed to fucking mellow you out. I was angry as fuck. I got in a fight with some dude that night. Yeah, not surprising for me, maybe, but back in the day. But yeah, that was my experience with K2. I'd never done the Delta 8 shit though. That stuff's completely foreign to me.
It's just the newer, offshoot of cannabis, similar to K2, but yeah, it's pretty rampant. It's big business in Missouri, and it's a lot. It's concerning because we've got this new medical program in Missouri. And we all know we're crawling out of this stigma, both on the state level and on the federal level. But you've got this product that's essentially, we've been trying to get the Department of Health and Senior Services to come out and say, do something about Delta 8, you guys, because it's unregulated, because we know that people are getting hurt by it. It's because it's not been tested, and you have no idea what they're, again, synthesizing it with, because they have the same products. I mean, they've got the tinctures, vape carts, some dispensaries and, actually sell it here, but it is a concerning thing because it, like I said, it's not regulated, and you can cut out the 10 times that I've said that, in this, but yeah, I mean, essentially the state has not done anything about it, and we're concerned essentially that it's just going to put us back into a stigma when you've got these kids out here with unregulated product hurting themselves.
Yep.
So how does that, is that going to be something, since it's not federally regulated, is that going to be something where it'll eventually go away? Because K2 eventually went away. Now, did that get banned, or is that will be what happens with Delta 8? And are there like ballots out for getting rid of this shit?
I believe, and again, I don't follow Delta 8 too much, but yes, I think it would be done on a state-by-state basis where they would just be passing laws to ban it. I know there's a push here. I'm sure there's several coalitions or PACs that are trying to get something. You'll probably see something pretty soon because it makes no sense, right? You've legalized cannabis in a brand new program under stringent testing guidelines, laboratory testing, and yet you're going to allow this offshoot that is made by people God only knows where. I mean, some reputable companies, don't get me wrong. I'm sure. Anybody in that business is probably going to hate on me. But again, just think about it. They've created this program, and you've got this unregulated product out there being sold at gas stations. Doesn't make any sense.
And it's not hard to get your medicinal card necessarily, right? There are doctors, yes, that will write you a prescription. I mean, look, at the end of the day, it all depends on, there's a lot of things that this plant can treat, and even some of the simple things that everybody in this room and probably everybody walking around in this city has a problem with at some point in time throughout their week, even if it's a little anxiety.
I have no problem sharing that. That's what I told my doctor, and that's why he issued the card. So it can be anxiety, but yes, it depends. I mean, I only was there for my own doctor's appointment, but yeah, I'm sure that there are doctors out there that are probably writing cards, and not doing it as under the analysis that you would hope that a doctor would thoroughly vet anything. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, we hope doctors are doing the right thing. We went through NugMD, which is a platform that is online platform that is set up in every, they've got multiple states. We're working with Elevate Holistics right now. Again, reputable companies. You get doctors. I mean, it's an online, but it is actually, you feel like you're at a doctor's appointment. And they have records and they keep it on you and they send your stuff to the state to validate it. So, but there may be some doc in the boxes out there. I certainly don't know about them. Most people, I can tell you, at least if you come through our dispensaries, are directed to do the online, consultations with their doctors. Because interesting thing here, which I think is an interesting topic, if I could throw it out there. Do you know that, well, let me ask you guys, does everybody have a primary care physician in this room?
I don't.
Okay. What health system are they with? I mean, the big health systems, Mercy, BJC, St. Mary's, or is that BJC as well? Let's stick with BJC and Mercy. Right now, because of the federal illegality, it's a Schedule I drug, that the doctor, both Mercy and BJC have told their doctors they cannot write prescriptions or can't do the consultations and issue patient cards. So you really are left to companies, these online companies, or the one-off doctors who are doing this. Because literally almost every doctor, especially in a major metro area like this, is with one of these big health systems. And when you got those juggernauts saying not allowing their doctors to issue cards, we're in this half legitimate world, and it won't be fixed until they legalize it. Anyway.
That's interesting. Oh, I never knew.
I mean, I bet if you ask St. Louisans, 90% of them, their main doctors are in one of these big health systems. I'm missing the other ones, but we all know, again, the two that I've named, they're the big ones. And yeah, I mean, that means nobody can go to their doctors. And we still have a strong patient count here. I mean, relatively speaking, compared to other medical marijuana markets, I mean, we're almost at 180,000. And I mean, I think the first weed sale in Missouri, medical sale, was October 2020, maybe. So, it's got a strong count. And I mean, they actually just published, the revenue keeps going up every month, showing more and more people spending. Last month, 30.1 million. So Missourians are now spending $1 million a day on medical cannabis. So.
Damn.
So do you have access? So I'm just curious, from a marketing standpoint, is that something that's public record? So everyone who has a medicinal license, is their information public to where you can do like campaigns to them or anything like that?
No. Interestingly enough, I even thought about it at one point in time, because you don't know how you're doing, right? We've got these brand new 3 stores. We opened our first store, I think, May 2021. So we're not even, a year into it, and we wanted to know where we stack up next to people. I mean, the only thing you can do is sit outside your competitor's door and just count, and you're not going to do that. Although I'm, shamelessly will tell you that I did that when we were open. Take a little lunch, see how the competitors are doing, kind of know where you are. But to your question, no, there's no public data. We don't have to publish financial records to each other. There are states that do that, and maybe in a recreational program, they may flip to that. But right now in the medical market, no, HIPAA doesn't apply to us. The Health Care Privacy Act, where doctors have to abide by with your information, but we operate in that sense that we have patients and we abide by HIPAA. So I think because of that, there's not a lot of pressure to, outlay your customers, or I guess financial records are different. But no, point being, we don't have that. But at one point in time, I thought we could go to the Department of Treasury or whoever collects your sales tax, because we have to pay a 4% cannabis tax, which goes to the Missouri Veterans Fund. That's for the medical marijuana tax they charge. I thought you could see how much each store had paid in taxes if you did like a sunshine request, a public records request. But no, they certainly don't give that up.
Right.
I quickly found out talking to our attorneys.
Damn. Yeah, it's crazy to me, and I know we're kind of running on time, but it's crazy to me, this Delta 8 thing, because I've seen it, and I've actually like had like a gummy, like a couple times of it, and I never understood that. Like, I guess I didn't question it, but it just didn't make sense how I could see it at a gas station. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's an offshoot of the product, and there are. I mean, I've never had it, but I've talked to people who have, and they say it messes you up. I mean, it's got the psychoactive effect of cannabis, but sometimes it's overwhelming, and again, it gets back to you don't know what the dose is. It could be made in somebody's shed in the backyard.
Huh?
That's messed up.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad it turned out okay after I took it.
Yeah,
But no, I also only took like a baby amount that wouldn't even qualify.
No, man. Hey, look,
Yeah.
I'm demonizing more than it, but it is a problem because you're taking shit that's not been lab tested, and that's kind of where everybody's trying to move this industry. Get rid of the black market. Let's create revenue for states. Tax it. Have responsibility laws. Same we do as alcohol. I mean, at the end of the day, there is no argument that anyone can make against cannabis in my mind that shouldn't be made for alcohol tenfold. And so, yeah, I don't know.
For sure.
That's my position on that.
Yeah.
Delta 8 is
No, it's good. Like I said, this is stuff that good. I don't know. I didn't know about, and I'm sure everybody else will find pretty interesting.
What should all these drug dealers do? Since they're going to be out of business at some point.
Make a resume.
Make a resume.
That's pretty funny.
No, but that's we were talking about that outside.
That's
how
funny.
there's probably going to be a big boom of like sale. Like they're going to need literally salespeople for this shit. Like I think like pharmaceutical or like what is it? Medical device. Like all the restrictions and rules around that shit.
Do you think they'll have like like we have like Uber and Lyft? Do you think they'll have like the Uber delivery
Certainly.
weed and stuff?
Absolutely. Where we're actually trying to launch our delivery service currently. So, yeah, every dispensary in Missouri legally can deliver, but somebody's going to start. Actually, you can get a transportation license and do that right now, I would imagine. It's a good idea. It's probably more for a rec market at the end of the day because, there's probably not enough patients right now to support an independently transportation delivery. But
you need to be getting.
We'll see. Actually, you know what? I say that, and I think one of the only delivering dispensaries right now is doing such that. So I don't know.
Guys, thanks for listening. We appreciate it. Drew, thanks so much for coming on. This is very informative, especially on, while we're recognizing the holiday.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Happy holidays. Tell all your listeners, if you guys check out Kind Goods in Manchester, Fenton, St. Peters, and look for our Daybreak Cannabis line on shelves in dispensaries statewide.
Oh, yeah?
Did I get to plug again, even though this isn't about me this time?
There you go. Yeah. Not a sponsor yet. Just so you know, not a sponsor yet.
You know what? Okay, we could talk. Have you had me on twice?
Hey, we'll talk. Hell yeah. No, again, we appreciate you guys listening. Follow us on Instagram, subscribe on all major platforms. And I guess before we close out, Dan, you got any last words?
Got any OG DGs for us?
We'll see you guys next time.
All right. See you guys.
Later.
Later.